episode is brought to you by GameFound. Create a free pledge manager for your project.
Hey ho!
Whoa. Things are just like popping in and popping up, and
That's because
y'all singing like 5 decades old songs and stuff.
Barbara Ann is always relevant. Unless there is a Barbara Ann in the room, then it's kind of weird.
Then you're just being a creeper.
Yes.
Singing to somebody you don't know.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
Sam Healy, welcome back, folks.
We are talking about crowd surfing games. When I say crowd surfing, I mean Kickstarter, because that's pretty much the only place that's happening right now.
All right.
Yes.
So we are a little pumped because we're going to PAX Unplugged in like less than 24 hours. We'll be there. So if you'll be in that area, we want to say hi to you. Hey, we also want to say thank you to some of our Kickstarter sponsors.
Hey.
So first of all, Tristan Harvey from Montreal, Canada.
Peace. What's up?
Here's looking at you, Tristan.
And Shirt Man.
Shirt Man.
What's better than Shirtless Man?
That's true.
Wait, there's somebody whose name is
Shirt Man.
Also, Two Stuffed Pandas.
Two Stuffed Pandas.
Sounds like a TV show.
That
Sounds like a great band. Two Stuffed Pandas and the Shirt Man.
That sounds delicious.
And Gordon Hart.
That sounds delicious.
Don't make fun of his name. All right, thank you guys for backing our Kickstarter.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
All right, well, speaking of Kickstarters, we got several to look through.
Yeah.
Warning, some will be not as good as others. Let's get started.
Most.
All right, well, here we go.
Hit it.
As again, we start from the smallest funded one to the largest, the ones that I find interesting that are ending in the next 2 weeks or so.
You found this interesting, huh?
I did.
Goat Dangle.
Okay, well, first I picked it because of the name. Then I
Okay.
picked it because I thought,
I would have avoided it because of the name, but okay.
This is a Kickstarter that proves anybody can go to Kickstarter. I know it sounds mean, but it's like, look, this guy put some red cups and some sticks.
Hey, man, we got a bunch of them red Solo cups and sticks and ping pong balls.
Doesn't this feel like it was
Let's
invented
say
at
we
a
do
college
something with
campus?
it.
This wasn't invented. I think you're being too kind by saying that.
It's just...
It's basically flip the cup and playing quarters.
Really?
That is what it is.
I didn't even look at it.
That's what it is.
Really?
You flip a cup into one of those 3 spikes, and you meant to flip a quarter. You know, the way you throw a quarter into a glass when you're playing that stupid game. That's it.
Quarters before, yeah.
That's it. That's this game.
Yeah, but here's what I
There's
like.
also dice rolling for some reason.
It says the original party games are boring. What original party games?
I don't know, but
Well,
this is what
at
they are
least-
admitting they're not original. I took your
You
joke.
beat me to
I
it,
took your
man.
joke. I'm sorry.
All right. Here we go.
Dangle.
Totemic. We just played this one live yesterday.
That's
This one's
right.
a small Kickstarter, but it's a small game.
Yeah.
Like, I think 10
Like,
cards.
yeah, it's
10
really
animals,
small.
not 10 cards.
10 animals, yeah.
And so it's a back and forth bluffing game. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, and I'm going to kick that bear one of these days.
It's neat. You can check us out playing it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Here's what I want to pick because of the name.
Oh, not your Mahjong.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It's Mahjong
What is a jong?
devolved.
What is a jong?
Yeah, right,
Nothing?
it's not your Ma's jog.
Not your Mahjong. What is jong?
It's like they had the
didn't-
funny idea.
They didn't think about the implications of the title of their game.
I think they didn't think about a whole lot, probably.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I do like that. I like the story behind this. Their grandmothers met, didn't speak the same language, and played mahjong.
Okay.
And the artwork is very, except for that lady with, what is that?
Yeah, I don't like the artwork.
Yeah, it's okay. Again, this is... they realize, I hope, that Mahjong is basically rummy.
Oh, this is hilarious. There's the early
when
bird
they,
special.
like,
and
devolve
I slipped
Mahjong-
in.
Isn't that the idea? I mean, when they devolve Mahjong and make it cards instead of tiles and take some rules out, you're back to rummy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not your ma's rummy.
Alrighty, well, it's funded, so there's that.
My rum.
Mint Condition Comics. This is like a very, very specific theme.
This is niche on top of niche because it's a card game about collecting comics.
Yeah.
You got to be into some real specific stuff.
Well, it reminded me of that Millennium
Blades.
Blades, where it was trying to get the best deck or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
but I would argue more people play collectible card games who will then play a board game. But either way, here's what's interesting. I like the artwork of the
Fake comics.
fake comics,
Yeah.
but I don't like that cover of this game.
I don't like this cover either, but I did go farther down and saw that I saw the different fake comics you're collecting.
Yeah, they look cool.
They look cool.
Yeah, no, those I like a lot.
Way better than Superman.
I actually, I'm actually
DC's gonna we use
interested
their
in how this
name.
plays too. I'm actually interested in how this plays too. But I mean, it's definitely not anywhere near my pick of the week. But it looks interesting. This is a game that I would be very willing to try.
Do they show them?
It's such a rough week. This is near my pick of the week.
Near.
Yeah, it's not, but it is near my pick of the
Yeah.
week. This is one of the better looking games.
Karen knows that like
Impossible.
almost every universe, the big strong guy is the
Holding up a planet.
first character they talk about.
Yeah.
The Superman guy.
Blonde, beefy guy.
Let's see, what else we got besides kids with powers? They're really running out of names here.
No, that's like Teen Titans.
No, I get that. Malware. That one I like. That's actually a cool name for
Yeah.
a character.
His name's Malcolm Ware.
Grim. This guy's half Batman, half the guy from.
Punisher.
Deadpool.
Deadpool. He looks cool. I like
You
the
like that
artwork
style
a
of
lot.
art a
I
lot,
like
right?
the artwork a lot. And
The
now
Breakfast
this is just
Club.
weird. But I guess they're not all necessarily superheroes.
Right.
This
And
one is
then-
so cool, you don't even know how to pronounce it.
I love it.
Actually, no, there it is. It's Super Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu.
The artwork is
Stellar.
insanely good, though.
You
Yeah,
can
it
print
is.
and play. Yeah, it's really cool. All right.
I hope the set collection gameplay is good.
Yeah.
Because I really like the way this looks.
I like
Is this
how
their
you can
first
trade
project?
With you can trade with the store. You can trade with other people.
Right.
I like that. It looks-
What other projects have they done? Too many poops.
Too many poops.
Well, that
Too
doesn't
many
actually promote as much confidence now.
What do you mean? It featured pooples.
Yes, it did feature.
Didn't we
pooples.
talk about this one?
I don't remember, but
And you sang the same song then, I think.
maybe so.
Of course he did.
All right, this is a
Hogs of War.
Hogs of War. It says it's
Hogs of
based
War.
on the PS1 video game title. Did you ever play that? I never even heard of it.
PS1 video game.
Hogs of
What's
War.
a PS1?
You're not that young.
Is that like a PlayStation 4 but old?
Yes.
Gross.
I don't think they called it the PS1 when it was out.
When they reissued the
PlayStation.
when they reissued the small one, PS2 or 3 was already out at that point. It said PS and they spelled out 1 on it.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one I had because I could afford it. It was very
Anyway,
cheap. Console was dead by that point.
Not sure about this one.
What do you mean? It's about Le Cochon fighting.
Maybe.
Is that what that means?
It's
The
pigs
pigs.
fighting each other? Okay, I don't know. All right, Constellation Dice. I have a set of these.
You do?
Yes.
Do they look cool?
Here's the problem that these kind of dice always have. If you roll them, you don't know what you've rolled.
You have to interpret
Unless
the
you
dice after
No,
you
they're
roll
real
them.
small in the corner.
Yeah,
See,
they're
1, 2, 3, 4.
Roman
Yeah, it's small and it's Roman numerals. And I know that you say who cares, but a 4 and a 6 look very similar when you're just quick reading stuff. No.
You're dyslexic,
No,
you're really in
no.
trouble.
That's very problematic.
I agree that these are,
don't-
again,
I
these
don't
dice
agree.
look cool, but they're not functional if you're rolling a lot
You're
of
lucky I
dice
don't have
all
these
the
dice
time.
somewhere. I'd be rolling them right now and be like, call it the number.
I will.
Oh, as opposed to pips. Pips you can do just like that. Roman numerals definitely take longer because I played lots of games with Roman numerals, like Colosseum. Every time I roll the dice at Colosseum, there's a moment pause in my head where I'm like, those numbers are 4.
Unless you're a Roman.
Even they were not using Roman numerals.
They loved them.
I get it, but I just don't have a problem with it. I know that
I like
IV
my
is 4.
Arabic
I know
numbers,
that VI
please.
is 6. I know that V is 5. I know that 3 I's are 3,
What's
and 2
the
I's
M?
is 2. Huh?
The M, what's the
They
M?
don't have that many sides on a 6-sided
What's
die.
a D stand
I don't
for?
even worry about
All right.
that.
This is.
Dork.
It's 1 through 6. It's not that hard.
I'm
These are
telling
cool.
you, it's difficult
For
to
you.
quickly read it.
For you.
For the majority of people in the world, because if this wasn't true, they would be using Roman numerals everywhere. They don't. That's fact. Also, these are just as bad, I think.
I think these are a little better.
That sucks.
You don't like that?
No.
Oh, I think those are better. I can more easily add these up.
No. How can that be easier than Roman numerals?
It's still counting bits.
You have to literally count the things that are on there.
Like
yes, but that's how pips work.
Again,
it's like one big pip is 5.
Maybe it's just me. I highly doubt it is just me. But I can look at IV and know that that's 4 before I can look at 4 pips.
No, it's something to stick in your arm.
Really?
It's just that. I mean,
because you're too smart.
Okay, here, look. And the difference is like a split second. There's not that big of a difference between counting 4 pips
I understand that, but I'm saying,
and seeing an I and a V.
I'm saying we've been trained to count the pips throughout our life.
I'm just saying it's not that much different.
All right. Anyway, I think the cheese dice look cool.
You don't have these. You have these.
I have the rocket ship ones. Not those. I have the...
Now, the ones that are
the
crazy...
ones that stack into a rocket ship.
That's
those,
nuts.
Ugh.
That's like, no, thank you. And then there was one more.
Those are the ones I have.
Nope.
Those.
No.
The constellations?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Definitely not.
Why?
Because those put pips on them, but not in the right order. So you have
You
to
just have to
think,
be like, wait, that's a constellation of 6
Oh, wait,
stars.
so-
Okay, great.
So it's the pattern. It's not the pips. It's the pattern then.
Sure, but it's something we've memorized.
And a Roman numeral is a pattern that you've memorized.
I just feel like if
don't
I brought
think
Roman
so.
numeral dice right now, you would not get them as fast as you would get pips. Like not even half as fast, I
The
think.
difference would be infinitesimal.
But add that up over time.
Look that up, buddy.
Oh wow!
You just told
He's called
me
me
to
stupid like
shut
6
up.
different ways.
Whew, you can't tell Roman numerals apart.
All right, ski tour, biathlon.
This is about skiing.
This is the one where they ski and shoot, right? This is the Olympic sport where they ski
Yeah, biathlon.
and then they shoot, which I don't know who thought that. Like somebody was like, you know what? It's a good idea.
Well, it has skiing.
Well, I mean,
It has shooting.
I think it has its basis
it's-
in like hunting and stuff like that.
It looks a little better than just about every other game on here, so this is my pick of the week.
Oh, I was wrong, Roy.
This is one of the games. This is one of the events in Winter Olympics that I actually watch the most. I don't know what it is, but I really find this interesting
It's awesome.
because of the level of skill and how tired you are. By the time you're actually shooting, you are so tired and you're out of breath and you have to really calm yourself down.
I've
It's
never
one
seen
of the
this
interesting
sport,
things
so
to me.
I don't
it's,
know, but-
It's for me, it's fun to
All I know
watch.
is this guy's an amazing roller.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
rolled half his dice, all
The Yahtzee
fours.
champion of the world, right there, baby.
This looks all right. Again, it was kind of slim pickings for me, but this looks like it shows some promise. It made me think of Snowtails, which is a racing game I like a lot. Seems mechanically streamlined. I'm hopeful about this one. I could see myself enjoying this.
All right. Glory, a game of knights. This is a game about knights. The box is okay. You know, it's a little typical. This banner doesn't sell me. I mean, that guy looks cool. That's a cool crest.
And it is from Super Meeple, so and there was a banner that it said it was in someone's list from us. I mean, there.
Well, this is one of your anticipated games of 2019.
My pick of the week as well. This is a great game. I played this
already?
I played this at Essen. It's very fun. I enjoyed it a lot. It has a lot going on, but I like the theme that's behind it because it has a kind of like a Knight's Tale feel to it, where you're trying to.
Is it a Roman theme? Because if it's
My
not, then
meter
you're
is going off.
If it's not, you're gonna have
My troll meter definitely pinged there, buddy. Sorry.
I was gonna say, is it a Roman theme? Because if not, you're gonna have a harder time telling what the theme is.
No, it's really fun.
Meta joke.
Yeah, it is.
Stupid.
This is a very fun game to me, and I enjoyed it a lot.
I hope it's good.
It's got a good theme and it looks great too.
Small samurai empires. I'm not.
Because Tiny Epic was taken.
I know. It really does feel that way, right? And at first I thought, well, is there already a game called Samurai Empires, and this is the small version of it?
And
I don't think there is.
You guys made fun of their last game that they put out.
did we?
Called Galactic Warlords. You made fun of the name there because it was so generic.
oh, okay.
And so this one.
I will still make
This
fun
looks
of
good
that.
too. This was actually also in the
No,
running for
it
me.
looks like a fine game. I just think that the name is
Yeah, this
Galactic
was-
Warlord. Oh, the Small Star Empires.
Yes, that's another. I didn't like that one as much. That was more of an abstract strategy game, but it was still okay. But Galactic Warlords was the one that put these guys on the map for me. So I'm interested in Small Star Empires or Small Samurai Empires. Yeah.
I hope it's good, but I think it looks good.
It looks good for sure.
I just think the name just made me smile.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not even like really mocking it that much. It just
No,
funny,
it's just. It does feel like Tiny Epic was taken, and they kind of are going for a
looks a
similar
little bit
vibe.
like what's that
Yeah.
game you really like?
It actually made me think of
That has like 6 editions from Fantasy Flight, where you play cards and you're trying to control areas on the board. You guys talk about it all the time. The Silverline game. It's not in Japan. It's just set in a fantasy world.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fantasy World, play cards and do what?
Control areas, Kahuna?
No, but there's that I didn't narrow it down. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking
Dino
about.
Oblivion. Conquer the land of the dinosaurs.
Nope.
I don't mind the dinosaur. This looks like a board game app, doesn't it?
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, an app on the computer, the artwork and stuff. Why are you saying nope? Just you don't like the style?
Nope.
What in the world?
Are you paying attention?
Nope. This just looks like, hey, we can do a dinosaur game too.
Dinosaurs are definitely hot right now. There's a lot of those games out there.
This did not catch my eye.
I don't dislike the artwork, but I would have to see the game in action, right? Did he just rip that guy's arm off?
Yes.
He did, but
And it's to show how small the box is. The human and the dinosaur are for scale.
That's not that small. That's a Ticket to Ride size for
Yes,
that guy.
It is. Yeah. It's just to show you the size of the box, though.
Does the dinosaur want the game?
No, why would he want
wants
the
the
game?
arm.
He wants the.
That's why the game is
meat.
outside the mouth.
Right.
Got it. Magnate, the first city.
Condottieri. Is that the one you're talking
Yes, Condottieri. I'm saying
you
that looked like that.
Thank you, Alejandro.
Alejandro.
Magnate, the first city. This one I've heard a lot about this. Like heavier Euro gamers, I think, are looking at this one. It's about making money. The 3D buildings look cool, although it's a kind of game that doesn't necessarily need them.
But they're neat.
They are.
I just don't care for city building games myself, so this isn't up my alley.
And
I think it looks interesting
I
to me.
usually don't like it either. And
You like this
it
kind of
looked
stuff.
it looked boring to me, but yeah, I mean,
This is-
I do like the buildings, but that's about it.
Tom likes it. Is this your pick of the week?
It's not.
Are you sure?
I am sure. It looks good though.
All right, fine.
Loot of Lima.
This looked interesting.
Lima Loop?
Deduction treasure hunt board game.
Yep.
So there's like a little puzzle here. Everyone's trying to figure out where the treasure is. They said it's not easy, right? It's a tough deduction game. They said that somewhere in here.
This looks neat.
Loot of Lima is much harder, right? It's like Clue, but it's much harder than Clue. And this is my pick of the week
Okay.
because
okay.
I love deduction games. I have a close second that we'll talk about later, but I love deduction games, and this one is. It just looks neat. It doesn't look like other games we have,
I'll
and
give
that's
you
what
that.
attracts me to this. It looks like this game is more deduction than. So a good example of this would be the Treasure Island from Matago, right? And that game had deduction, but the deduction took a back seat to the theming and all the other stuff going on in the game.
true.
This looks like it's just a deduction, and everything else is second, and I'm okay with that. I like deduction.
This is a good pick, man.
It looks interesting, but yeah, it's. I would want to try it, but yeah, the
I
whole
definitely want to try it. 'cause
capitalizing on deduction. And,
I think
and,
I'll like it too.
I like the Clue is elementary school, Sleuth and Black Van are high school, and Deduce or Die has multiple PhDs in astrophysics and rocket science.
So is this Deduce or Die reprint? I did not catch that.
Maybe have you played Deduce or Die?
No, but it was on my wish list for a long time.
Scroll up.
Did not
it says
realize
that.
that that's what this is.
Deduction.
This is from BoardGameTables.com too. That's another thing it has because their last few games, the production value's been really good. They did QE and they did that.
yeah.
What's that? The roll and right one?
On tour.
On tour. Their stuff is pretty solid
All right,
so far.
you know
They're gonna have
what?
to change the name of their company soon.
They are. Board game tables or not.
And then they'll call it.
Game
board.
tables or not born.
No, it's
Forgot.
Yeah, it has to. Stop. You know where we're going. We're not quick
We're
enough.
Done.
Magorn.
Then halfway through, they'll change it to a different
They have to move
pronunciation.
to Sweden.
Yeah, the B will change, and they're like, no, we meant Vugorn. The B is
All right.
soft.
Necromolds, monster battles. This is, I would have skipped this if it hadn't made $90,000, right? Because I glanced at the thing here and I was like, oh, that's Kickstarter hot trash. Maybe it's not, but this particular thing has all those icons on it. The whole thing
just
is
looks like-
neon.
It looks garish, and I get it. It's meant to be sort of,
It looks like the Epic Spell Wars almost in the way.
It's supposed to be nostalgic for the neon craze of the early 90s, I guess. That's the idea.
Are the monsters made of Play-Doh?
Yes.
Well, that's not a terrible idea.
That's a horrible idea.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Can you paint them?
No, but I'm okay with that.
Can you cook them and then paint them?
Build your armies. Can I just be like, I'll be like, here's my monster. Like,
Blob demon.
like that's the thing you always play with.
I'm sorry.
It's my best work.
This is a horrible idea.
That's a weird. That's a
horrible
bizarre
idea.
concept, but you know what?
You get
It's
to,
different.
You get to
That clay
smash
is-
your enemy when you
clay is going to dry out. Guaranteed.
You get more Play-Doh, man.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, this is fantastic.
I want to know when you kill a guy, are you like? Because okay, so
Definitely.
is that what that
You
is?
want
Oh, well, yeah, that's Play-Doh stuff, right? When I was at TotalCon a long time ago, there's a guy there named Bruce, and he ran this RPG for kids where they did make their monsters out of Play-Doh. They played an RPG, and then when they fought each other like a King of Tokyo thing, and then they got to smash the other persons when they took them out, and the kids loved that concept.
This is for kids.
Right.
This is a kids game.
Yeah, but the artwork doesn't look like it's for kids. The artwork is like 80s.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of the level of the kids nowadays.
No, it's nostalgic. Yeah, I get that. But it is also seems to be a design that
Well,
would fit
it's
children.
obviously very popular.
No,
Yep.
I get it.
Yep.
I get it. It's making money, and kudos. I just
I'm
have
gonna
no
replace
interest.
all my Blood Rage monsters with clay monsters.
1941.
You're a
Race to Moscow. This is doing really well for a essentially war game.
It's a reprint, right?
No, there was a Race to Berlin, I believe.
Oh, okay.
This is from Failing, so I don't think this. Oh, Race to the Rhine.
That's the one I know.
Right, this is Race to Moscow. Looks interesting. I mean, it's really high quality. The miniatures, everything looks really good.
I'm just worried about what the rule book's going to look like.
Well, it's gonna be square-ish, right? So it's like rectangular.
Talking about how many pages are in it, you dork.
A lot.
All right, Mistborn Metal Dice.
More dice.
That's so metal.
Actually, okay, so
Yeah,
No.
metal dice.
Mistborn, the whole basis of the Mistborn novel series is that the different characters use various metals for their powers.
Death metal.
No, but so then they tried to make these like the metal for the different houses and how you use them. I've seen these dice. I brought some home from Essen. I think this one in particular, that rainbow die. Love how that thing looks. It's really cool.
metal.
The symbol I think is in place of the 6. So
Yeah.
I think these look really cool.
Exit light.
Yeah, see, here we go. It's tin, pewter, iron, steel, copper. These are the metals in the book series, and each metal gives you, like, this one.
Tin? Really? That's lame. That's
How's
when
it
you're
lame?
like level 1 paladin. I'm a tin demon. Get out of here, kid.
These are some of the best books ever written.
Wait, what books?
Brass,
Mistborn?
Yes.
Aluminium.
What else they got? Let me see. Hold on.
Harmonium. Oh.
I don't know some of these, though.
Some of them are made up.
Yeah, of
No,
course they're made up.
like cadmium, that is not a thing.
Bendalloy.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. You gotta be
I
specific.
really like this set, though. Looks
That's
cool.
cool. That would make a great weapon.
And you can use these in the Mistborn game that came out. Anyway,
That's a cool little cabinet-looking thing.
yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm not as.
I want to keep my my precious metals in it.
Anyway, I like how this looks. All right, here we go.
Heavy metals.
Board game backpack, tote bag, folding dice tower, and more. That is not a snappy name.
No.
And yet, 188,000. So wait, 188,000.
Also Bed Bath
You're
and
getting
Beyond.
3 things.
Apparently the bag is big enough to fit a human being in. What?
Are you serious?
Well, I don't know.
No.
She's in the bag.
Not completely in the bag.
Are you saying that's a camera trick?
Yes, I am. I don't know why they did that, but that's a weird.
Everyone
thing.
always kind of laughs at when bags come out and talk about, you know, do you need a bag or not? And yet these Kickstarters always do
They
extremely
do
well. So,
They do well. Well, they're good-looking bags.
whoa, did I just run into the land of pixelation? There we go.
I like their stuff. I like
Folding
the logo.
dice tower. Oh, I did see this here. It's like, want to know the secret? There's never been a collapsible dice tower. Because there is.
Again, people, I
think-
keep saying, I keep finding this. You have to stop saying these definitive statements, people. There has never been a game like this one. We have invented how to roll 2-sided dice. You know, it's like you gotta stop. You don't know that. You just don't have that breadth of knowledge. Say one of the first. You know, you can wiggle out of that, but it's just I hate statements like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
yes.
out. I was gonna back him. I'm out.
You don't want the Cosmic Taco Bit Bowl?
Okay, I'm back in.
Yeah, this actually,
Cosmic
I'm a
Taco.
dice tower man, and this has no interest for me.
Why? You can use it
Because-
as a book.
Look, okay,
Market.
maybe I'll be, if I get a copy, maybe I'll be completely, but dice towers, we already have dice towers, a lot of the ones we do in our Kickstarter, that come apart. Yes, they're not look like this is a snap and then drop the whole thing down.
Snap and drop technology.
But this better be sturdy. It doesn't look that sturdy, and when it's folded, it doesn't look good there. I don't even think it looks good put together that what.
Oof, hot take.
Hey man, if there's anyone who's qualified to have an opinion on dice towers,
Opine
it is
away.
us.
Oh, pine.
This I would like though. If I
like
can open
that?
that and show all those dice, I'm like, oh, look
It's a
at my
weird thing. Like, here's a
gold.
massive bag of random.
Shut
dice.
up! It's amazing.
You like that?
These bits are okay, but I like our plastic bowls better because you can see the bits. I don't have to open up every bag to see what's in each bag.
Is that what the taco thing is?
Yes.
Got it.
You're out.
I'm out again for sure. Yeah.
There's an auto-extending origami ramp.
Oh, what?
Wait, they're not showing. Wait, is this the lady going into the bag? No, I thought maybe they would show how that works.
It's not working.
No.
Do you like how it looks either?
No.
Here's the thing, though.
I like how it
As
looks,
somebody
yeah.
who I like board game bags a lot, I just like to carry them. Once you put them on your back, you become a human wrecking ball.
Oh yeah!
What is wrong with you today? Did you
like-
get some 80s infused
That
in you?
sounds good. Look, a lot of these have been 80s tinged. Metal dice, that one about clay demons or whatever. The comic books felt like throwbacks.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. And then these backpacks, I feel like, you know, I'm a kid in middle school again. They used to call me the human
Except
wrecking ball.
you would put this on, you'd be like, oh, what?
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
No, I've seen people wear these, and it's
At conventions, especially.
At conventions, that's
Even-
why it's a problem.
even in board game stores when they come in, you're like, take your bag off, please, because they walk in and like, hey, Sam, hey Z, Sam
Yes.
falls out of his chair. I don't know, I've carried these, and they're just not that comfortable to carry. To put something that bulky on your back.
They're not comfortable. Yeah.
This is true. These people have been on the front end of a lot of our videos for the last.
Are they?
Yes.
Well, I don't.
Front
For the
end,
last.
what do you mean?
Yeah, for the ad that shows on YouTube before our videos
Oh,
begin.
yeah.
These people have been doing their dice tower thing.
Let me rephrase. Possibly the greatest Kickstarter I've ever seen.
I like the look of the bags. I don't know anything about them. I know backpacks are a little unwieldy.
I don't know what videos play at the beginning of everything. No, look, maybe this stuff is great. And like I said, a lot of people are backing it. But these bags don't look as cool as the ones that I'm using already. And that dice tower I have a problem with. Okay.
Hockey equipment bags work really well for board games.
All right, Divinity
And they do
Original
have wheels,
Sin,
yeah.
the board game. This is almost $1 million. This is from Larian Studios. You know what else they've done?
No.
because big Kickstarter usually means they've done something in the past.
I think Levander Studios. I've seen that logo before, but I don't know where.
I mean, based on the video game, is clearly where they're getting their love.
Oh, they've done Divinity Original Sin, Divinity Sin.
So it is the company that makes the game,
Interesting.
and they're making a board game.
Okay, well then that makes it easier because they already have all the fans of their video game.
Of course, right.
Ah,
I like the video games. Those guys are really good at what they do.
Are they?
Those
I've
are
never
good
played
games.
it. I've never played it.
Yeah.
sure, but just because you're good at making a video game does not mean you're good at making a board game.
What are you trying to say?
I think I just said it, actually.
Say it again, but louder and slower. Stop speaking in Roman numerals.
Stop drinking Mountain Dews before we do these shows.
Oh, yeah! Tear into the dew. No, that's step into a Slim Jim.
Somebody just said Slim Jim flavored Kool-Aid.
That's gross!
Snap into a Kool-Aid.
Oh.
It looks okay. I don't know. All right. Dawn of Madness.
This is what you thought would be my pick?
No, I thought your pick would be the same as mine, actually.
Okay, I
thought the
about
deduction thing would really tempt you in. No, I didn't think this would be yours. I mean, this isn't that yet. How creepy can we make our miniatures thing?
And
it's
the
like,
answer is very.
yeah, no kidding.
These are disturbing miniatures, man. They're trying to just come up with ways of how to rearrange a human body at this point.
Sam, do you want a game that comes with puzzle pieces?
Nope.
Look at the all-in first wave, $288 though. People ain't fooling around money anymore. What's it cost? $313.
I did actually think this would be your pick of the week.
Mine?
You did?
Yours.
Oh, his.
Because of just the theme alone. Then I started scrolling and I saw how much stuff was in it.
Exactly, yes.
And I was like, no, Z's out.
No. It's too much.
That is a lot of stuff, and yeah, I don't know.
The minis, I thought the minis might pull them back in because you like that kind of stuff.
Minis look okay. They're all right. They're all right.
Again, though, these minis look like the guy was trying to go, let's just make gross-looking stuff.
Yes.
Mission accomplished.
I wish.
Achievement
Why
unlocked.
can't we have like cool-looking monsters and stuff? Why does it always have
That
to
is
be?
cool for some people.
They're monsters. What do you want them to look like?
I want to know what they do in their time off.
They scare people.
Time off. They sleep. I mean.
Okay, let's take a real life lion, right?
Evil
The lion
men.
comes, you can be a monster. It gets
Yeah.
me. But when it's not, it's running around. It might play with its family and stuff. These guys only are scary.
You're saying you want to know what this
I want to
character
know what he
here
does,
with the
like
many
with his
hands.
friends.
Shake hands.
All of them.
Glad handing people. He's
the
a
same
politician on his time off from scaring.
Like this thing here. What does that do when it's not destroying people?
Gather solar energy.
Quilting.
Quilting.
All right, whatever. I just think it's
Yes.
weird that this stuff. They always like, wow, they really went into this. I mean, I hope the
Too
game's
much.
good.
It is
but
too much. I'm sorry.
Grimdark. It's grimdark.
It is very grimdark.
and look at the final boss. It's like tied up. I just ignore him.
Actually, mainly the only reason this is not my pick, or one of the reasons, is because their previous game it's a good game that definitely needs more polish to be a
Oh, is this a
great
Deep
game.
Madness, people?
Yeah. Dimension.
Oh. Well, maybe it's maybe it's good.
Again, I'm hoping they're getting better, but the game was printed very dark. Not that the theme is dark, but the ink is really just too much ink.
Yeah.
And the rule book could use a little, again, rough edges. It's normal for companies that are starting on Kickstarter with these massive projects. So I got to wait and see on something like this.
This was almost my pick of the week. The Great Wall.
Somebody said the 6-arm monster is clearly a sign spinner during his day job.
Oh,
what?
A sign spinner. Get your taxes done. April 15th is almost here. All right, Great Wall. I played this. It is a fantastic game.
This is my runner-up.
It is Awaken Realms. I really thought you would pick this.
Well, the reason I didn't, and I know this is kind of a little bit thing, but the reason I didn't is because it's already making $1.5 million. And it doesn't, whatever endorsement
Would you get it with the wooden meeples?
I would not want to, no. The wooden meeples are a hard
I don't think
pass
the
for
wooden
me.
meeples are bad. Actually, here's the thing.
Is it like, do they give you a choice between wood and
Yeah, I
plastic?
think they do.
Is it a different cost?
Yes. I think.
You should back a project just because you believe in it. Yeah, the meeple version's 45 euros. That's not bad. And
the other one is 90. So.
It's a solid worker placement game. You do not, and look, it has 3,600 backers.
Right.
So let's see what the miniature one, no, 9,600. The miniature still wins. But I played it, and I could easily play this without miniatures, and I would not be upset. Now the miniatures are great, but I could easily play it because the game was about worker placement.
Sure.
I think you might like it again for that, and you wouldn't care if the miniatures weren't in or not, probably.
I wouldn't. I don't think I would. No.
But I'll tell you what, this is actually one of their smaller games they've ever done in a sense. Usually their games are big and grandiose. This is a big game in a sense, but it's just a worker placement game. It's not 16 campaigns and whatever they do. And still, I think we can declare Awakened Realms the king of the internet. I mean, the king of Kickstarter right now. They're
one of them for sure.
They definitely, I think, pass Come in this regard. Because they just run good Kickstarters.
Yeah, they do.
And they do well.
They look good. They're well laid out. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Very much so.
All right, and finally, Dispelled Dice. $2 million. Now, hopefully this one's not canceled. Remember that last one I showed you with the swirly stuff?
Yep.
That one got pulled.
Oh, that's right.
There was some, I didn't.
There was some issue and they pulled it, right? The one that the inside was meant to spin. What is this?
This is dice that are so cool looking, they're not useful at all. I cannot read those.
What do you mean? That's a... no.
They look really cool, though. How much are they?
600.
12.
No, that's an enamel pen of your choice. Oh, plus one enamel pen of your choice.
One set of designs is $48. I mean, if you're playing RPG...
Is that one set right there?
Yeah.
Like a 6,
Yeah.
a 6, an 8, a 10.
Yeah. Those are just
That's
not
a lot
easy
of
to
moolah,
read.
man.
I'd have to see these in person to see how
That's
easy
a
they are
lot
to
of
read.
cash.
Like, I like how these look if they weren't dice. Like, if these were just like a cool stone you
These
had.
make me think of makeup instead of dice. Like, that's what these look like.
Can you read any of these?
Nope.
Not
Well,
for me.
yeah. The Galactic Ocean one, I can read that one pretty well.
And the seeds down here in the corner?
Yeah. And the seeds, but
That's the easiest to read for sure. Celestial Skies.
Oh, I didn't know we were playing that game.
Good
Okay, I picked,
night.
I picked
looks
Royal
like-
Honey.
Cloudscape looks like it would probably be pretty easy to roll. Maybe Milky Strawberry Glass. I hate these
Look at
names.
this. Cherry Blossom.
Yeah, you have to
I
use
hate
the name
these
too.
names.
I'd be like, Sam, may I use your Milky Strawberry Galaxy? I'm pulling them out. Here comes the Milky Strawberry Galaxy.
Oh, man.
Dude, what game are we playing?
Yeah.
We're playing, what's the last game? We're playing Dawn of Madness with
Yeah.
my Milky Strawberry Galaxy dice.
Yep.
Madness has definitely taken hold. Yeah.
Woof. You're right, though. It's just an enamel pen. So it's $48 a set.
Okay, so I guess they're leaning into the food theme. All right, cool.
Feast. $840, 20 sets. Yeah, you laugh at that? How many people do you think backed $840?
It's made $2 million. 200.
You're at 182.
Oh, I thought it was a 5, but yeah. 182 backers.
Paid
Okay, that was pretty close.
$840 for dice.
No.
Look, I love
Nearly
dice.
$1,000 for
I wonder
dice.
if there's stores, though.
That could be. That could be.
I wonder if there's stores.
If I was a store, man, these colors seem to get harder to read. Cherry Blossom, can't read that at all. This one is...
These things are just collector's items. At the
They
end of
are
the
really
day,
cool,
right?
I mean, do you think... Like, this feels like one of those things that you get a set of dice, and then you never use them.
You display these things.
You're like,
They're
hey, you
gorgeous.
wanna
I
see
mean,
these
they
dice?
are pretty. They look like gemstones, but they're not particularly functional.
Man, I am trying to find it.
Somebody said that they dropped their pledge to this because its level of success is a danger sign to him because they're handmade.
Oh. You know what else bothers me? That they put an O instead of a 0 for 10 on the 10-sided. I don't know why that bugs me. It just does.
Oh, when you roll 2 10s on a double, it's a double lot. It's 100. I don't know.
No, but that looks like an O, not a 0.
Well, that's how their zeros look.
Yeah, that's how their zeros look, though. That's the font that they use. It's not really a design choice.
Yeah, but by itself,
I
it
do
doesn't
prefer
look
when a
good.
10-sided die uses 10 and not a 0.
Yeah, I know why in the past they did that
I like
because
it
they wanted
more.
a single one. Why
I don't
can't
think
they just put a
usually do
10
unless
on
it's
it?
a percentile.
Huh?
On a 10-sided die, it's usually a 0 unless it's a percentile die.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You know
but
why? I
like
think
them
that's
to be
why.
10s.
I think that's why they're zeros because people use them as percentile dice, and then when you roll them, you can be like 50 instead of 510 is it's
Oh, I see. Okay.
But since that's only done in role-playing games, give us some with 10s on them, please. All right. I think this is the best looking set, the Galactic Ocean. It's the easiest one to read.
It looks cool.
Here's my favorite named one. Okay, we've spent way too much time on this. Wait. Okay, go ahead. Let's jump to Mark and see what he has to say about current Kickstarters.
Hey folks, welcome back to the Dice Tower preview recap. I'm Mark, and today we've only got a couple games to look at, as for me anyway, Kickstarter season is kind of winding down for the holidays, but January things are going to kick into high gear again. All right, let's jump to it. And first up, we have 303 Squadron. 303 Squadron takes place during World War II, during the Battle of Britain. You take on the role of a British pilot, flying your trusty Hurricane into battle. Now, across the English Channel, the enemy forces, Nazi Germany, have gathered bombers and fighters to move across and bomb Great Britain. It's up to you and your fellow pilots to engage them and stop their progress. And so the game is campaign and scenario based, taking you through this great battle. Now, a lot of the scenarios, or all of the scenarios, are based on real events that happened in this war. And a lot of the pilots that you'll get to play are real people that fought in these battles. All right, so let's jump in the pilot seat and take a look. Okay, so this is definitely a war game at its heart, but it is super accessible. You know, the way the card play works, along with the dice, and it is a bit of a dice chucker, but you do have ways to augment those dice with cards. But you have to be smart about how you play those cards and how you offer support to your fellow players or fellow pilots in the same zone. So I like the interesting choices around this one. And next we have Talus Collapse. The world has been torn apart, and the only thing holding it together are portals into other realms. All the races are on the verge of extinction. You take on the role of a leader, trying to lead your people to the stronghold of Talus. And as you move ever closer to the city of Talus in ultimate victory, you will be encountering realms full of challenges, full of inhabitants, full of perils. Along the way, a vast army is not going to be enough. You will have to evolve your character with new skills, and you will have to cooperate with newly discovered gods in order to bring your people to safety. And so Talus has quite a bit of this epic kind of exploration feel to it. And, you know, the battles all take place in lanes with cards and so forth, but what really strikes me about this game is the fact that it's not just about building up your army. You have to balance building up your army along with managing all your resources and doing it and creating the synergy between both. Having a strong army may not be enough to win you the battle. And exploring through those different portals and seeing what creatures and things might come through, I think that was pretty interesting as well. All right, so my pick of the week. I'm going with 303 Squadron. You know, I'm a bit of a World War II buff due to my grandfather. I love the planes and the miniatures in this game, really cool. And the fact how cards work together with dice. You know, I'm a bit of a dice chucker. I love dice in games. And they've done a good job marrying the dice with the cards and creating more actions that you can perform in combat. And the way you can assist each other just works really well. They've really done a good job streamlining that kind of war game feel. You know, now typically I would go for the more fantasy epic adventure, but 303 Squadron just has something special to it that I really enjoyed. All right, so what am I working on next? Well, upcoming later this week even, Reign of Nations. Now, I haven't played it yet, hoping to play tonight actually, and the thing about this game is that it's another big miniatures game, planetary domination. I guess you command vast legions with warlords, and it's a big miniatures game for sure. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a look. All right, folks, if you want any more information about any of the games that I've mentioned here, please go check out our full previews. And if you want your game featured as a Dice Tower preview, please shoot me an email. All right, folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Is Mark alive?
We got to call Mark, make sure he's okay.
That pilot is breaking some
Breaking the law.
what is it, FAA laws there?
Yeah, he's breaking all sorts of laws.
Yep.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
Even Sam will let us listen to Christmas music now. Even though I've been listening to it for a month.
That's okay.
All right. Well, thanks.
After Thanksgiving, it's all right. No worries.
So the thing about Christmas is a couple things. You may have noticed Kickstarter was very bereft of a lot of big things. This is not the best time to run a Kickstarter project for a couple reasons. One, not a lot of people want to buy something for Christmas now. You can justify it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
I'll buy
right.
myself a Christmas present, but I can't buy you. Be like, hey, see that pledge? Merry Christmas.
Sure.
You'll be getting it in 2 years. It's better off to get something you can get now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's like everything else in the world.
Yeah, people were making some comments like that on some of the Christmas lists, like on the miniature game list that I did by myself. Somebody was like, well, why don't you include this and why don't you include this? I was like, because you can't go out and buy it right now. You can't wrap it and put it underneath the tree.
No, yeah.
You know, it's going to be delivered after Christmas. That's just the reason why.
You can buy Dice Tower East tickets. I
Yeah,
made a plug
like-
for that for a while. Anyway.
No, that's fine. It's soon after the beginning of the year.
But another reason, though, is because running a Kickstarter project is a ton of work. How do we know this? Because we do it. We're working on ours now. That goes up in January. And to work and then have it and watch it, and it's like holidays and that's going on. In fact, the fact that we run ours in January affects our holidays. So I think that's why. I mean, I don't think there has to be. I'm actually pleased about that because as a backer, you can go,
Well, it ebbs and flows like any other industry, any other, commerce, where now it's sort of a lull, like the movie industry has the summer, of course. More people are able to go to those movies. It's warmer out, so folks can trek out to the cinema. And this is just the thing for Kickstarter. This time of year, it just wanes,
And this even says, you can see if you switch to the thing, Roy, here on each of the Kickstarters now, it says back it because you believe in it. This holiday for no reward, just because it speaks to you. I think that's on all of them too, right? Let me
That's
look.
on everything. That's an added thing to anything now.
Yep, Kickstarter's doing that. They're like, hey, it's Christmas, so throw money at Kickstarter backers.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It seems like an okay thing to put in there, right? I hope that they leave it in there for January when ours is running. Remember the holiday season. Support Kickstarters. I don't know. Christmas is a time where people tend to give more, or at least go into debt more. But I just find it interesting how the Kickstarters ebb and flow, and we're definitely in a down season. Yeah, there's some great Kickstarters, some big Kickstarters,
Sure.
but it's definitely kind of low. And I would not be surprised if in January you see some big ones get ready to launch again at
Yeah.
that point.
Right.
Or February, maybe. I think maybe people will wait in January. I mean, I know yours, the Dice Towers is in January.
Did you hear him say yours?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So early. What in the world?
Cold as ice.
Someone asked here, do people even do that backing? They do, but it is a lot of people do it. I'm only speaking from our Kickstarter. A lot of people back for no reward, but it is often a very low amount.
They also often do it so that they can comment.
Yeah.
A lot of people do $1 or whatever, so they can
I was
comment.
actually talking to
things like that.
I was talking to my son about something related to this anyway. You know, a lot of those little amount backers, they add up. So it's not like they're useless. They do help.
None of that money is
They
useless.
do help.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, but
it adds up.
But, and again, I'm just being very pragmatic here. If 100 people say, I'll give you $1 for no reward, and one guy gives you $100 and the reward cost me $50, that guy is still doing pretty well for me.
Well, of course.
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people back for a reward, but $1 only goes about $1's worth.
Yeah.
You know, especially some of these bigger pledge things, you know, when you pay $800 for a pledge, and I said, I believe in this project, I'll give you $5. The guy's a little bit more glad for the $800 because he's going to make more than $5 on that.
Sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, this is good. I'm not getting it wrong. I just don't think it's as big of a percentage of projects as you might think. With the exception of ones that's all the project is, like but those are mostly on GoFundMe these days. I think.
Do you think people are It used to be. I used to have the perception, I don't know if it was just me, but I used to have the perception that people are more generous during Christmas, during the season, the holiday season, let's put it that way, because it spans not just Christmas but also New Year's.
I think
You
they are,
you
but
think
you're
that's
also
still true?
slightly, but you're also competing with every other charity which has that belief.
Right.
We were just talking about this in, I'll be ambiguous. In a meeting I was in recently, we were talking about running some sort of fundraiser type thing, and I was saying, hey, at Christmas people are being asked to do this, and this, and they have to choose. You can't give to all the charities.
Right.
You can only give to a few.
Yeah.
If you pick another time of year, maybe you will. I mean, the Gen Con, they run charity things, it goes really well.
Right.
So. Alrighty. Oh, well, this guy said he met his wife in the Kickstarter comments.
He was just kidding.
That's pretty funny, though, if that'd be true.
Wow, that would be. If
That'd be
that
a
was
story
true.
at your wedding. You're like, we met. We were both backing whatever the project is. Whatever project that would be, that project creator would have to come to the wedding, I think.
Wow.
Don't you think so?
Yeah. Officiate.
Officiate.
And what if the project failed, though? And they were both criticizing the project. He'd be like, look, no, it wasn't a very good project. But
Somebody
one
had
good thing
But
came
I
out of
created
it.
love.
Somebody has a question here. How can you watch the live stream with Tom and Isaac at PAX U?
I don't know. It's on PAX. It's on PAX's live stream. I don't actually even know if it's being streamed in PAX, so I better be careful. I don't know.
You can't see it.
We're not streaming it because
It's
we're not
so
dragging our equipment to PAX.
exclusive.
Sorry.
You want to see it? Go to PAX.
I'll run a Kickstarter for the wedding.
Right.
I have to say, if I saw that, I would sit there and go, "Is this a con?"
I know. Yeah, it's
I
hard to tell.
don't know. We're like really off topic here. Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is actually really close to Christmas.
right.
And this is our last live stream of this week. But we'll have lots of videos going up over the next few days, already pre-recorded. Our next live thing will be on Tuesday.
Is that right?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
It's
Wednesday.
next week, all right?
Next week.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll have the top 10s of the year.
Sure, but we also have a board game breakfast next week also, a live board game breakfast.
That's right.
There might be a Q&A somewhere in there too. We'll see.
All right.
Alrighty. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I am Z Garcia.
Sam Healy. We'll see you on the flip side, folks. Take care.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.